Welcome to Coin Grove, your trusted destination for discovering hidden values and fascinating histories behind coins from around the world. In today's episode, we're going to explore a small yet iconic piece of Canadian coinage, the 1987 Canadian 1 cent coin. Though it's only worth a penny in face value, this coin holds a rich story connected to Canada's identity, culture, and currency evolution. Whether you're a passionate collector or just curious about that old coin sitting in your drawer, you'll find this episode both informative and enjoyable. Stay with us as we uncover the real details about this seemingly ordinary coin, including its metal composition, design significance, mintage numbers, collector value, and why it still matters in the world of numismatics. The 1987 Canadian 1 cent coin is a part of a long-standing tradition in Canadian currency that dates back to the 19th century. The 1 cent coin, often simply called the penny, was introduced in Canada in 1858. Over the decades, it became one of the most used and widely recognized coins in Canadian circulation. By 1987, the penny was still being produced in large numbers, serving as a practical unit for everyday transactions. However, this was also a period when discussions were beginning to surface about the rising cost of producing low-value coins. Although the penny remained in circulation for another 25 years, the 1987 issue represents a time when the coin was still common, practical, and deeply rooted in the habits of Canadian citizens. On the obverse front side of the 1987 1 cent coin, you'll find the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. This portrait was designed by Arnold Machine, and it had been in use on Canadian coins since 1965. It shows the Queen wearing a tiara with soft facial features that reflect dignity and stability. The inscription around the portrait reads, "Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen," which is Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This design has become one of the most iconic depictions of the Queen in Canadian numismatic history. It not only represents Canada's monarchy, but also serves as a consistent national symbol that connects Canadian coinage to the broader Commonwealth tradition. The reverse backside of the coin features the well-known two maple leaves on a twig, which is one of the most recognized symbols of Canada. This design was created by G.E. Kruger Gray, a prominent coin designer, and it has been used on Canadian 1 cent coins since 1937. Below the maple leaves is the year 1987, and above it the word 1 cent is inscribed with Canada written below. The initials KG of the designer can also be seen near the lower right side of the design. The maple leaf symbolizes the strength and beauty of Canada and has become a national icon, even appearing on the country's flag. The detailed and simple design reflects Canadian pride and nature, making this coin a miniature work of art. The 1987 Canadian 1 cent coin is made primarily of 95.5% copper, along with 1.5% zinc and 3% tin, a traditional bronze alloy that gives the coin its classic reddish-brown appearance. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Its smooth edge and small size made it easy to carry and use for small transactions. Over time, the high copper content of older Canadian pennies like this one made them slightly more valuable in metal content than their face value. This is one of the reasons why older pennies, including the 1987 version, became more collectible over time, especially after the coin was eventually removed from circulation. In terms of circulation, the 1987 Canadian 1 cent coin was produced in massive numbers. The Royal Canadian Mint struck over 774 million of these coins that year, making it one of the most commonly minted coins of its type. Due to the high mintage, the coin is not considered rare in circulated condition. However, collectors may still seek out uncirculated versions, proof-like sets, or coins with mint errors from 1987, which are far more valuable. Coins that are still bright red and have full details are graded higher and are more desirable in the numismatic market. While you may not retire on a 1987 penny, it's a fun and educational piece to collect, especially for those interested in modern Canadian history. Even though the Canadian penny was officially discontinued in 2012, Coins like the 1987 1-cent piece continue to live on in the hands of collectors, historians, and everyday citizens. Its small value does not reflect its historical and cultural weight. Today, a 1987 penny in circulated condition is generally worth around 1 to 10 cents, while uncirculated or red mint state examples can be worth $1 or more, depending on condition. For many Canadians, the penny is a nostalgic symbol of a simpler time. For collectors, it's a foundational piece in any complete Canadian coin collection.